What's up, guys? And this guy just came in the mail from GameStop, and he's just too cool looking that I had to bump him up the review order, so hopefully you guys don't mind. Now, I do have the poll out on my community tab for these other three right here. Kingo is currently winning. If you want that to change, make sure you go and put your vote in, or if you want to solidify that, make sure you go put your vote in, or you can vote in the comments as well. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of the new releases when I review them. And if you haven't already, you can click up here or check into the links below for the reviews of Circe and Icarus right here. Super awesome figures. And with that said, let's go and bust open Kro so that the Eternals have somebody to fight. Starting with box front, it comes in a big box, which means it's more expensive. Here's the sides with very unique artwork that looks like it took forever to color. Can you imagine how long that must have taken the dude? But anyways, here's the back with a different glam shot, and then here's some of the reading that you can do if you want to read that. Here it is in a different language. Really like that. And then there's some Lego Jumbo, and of course the bottom with the UPC. And there he is, guys, Kro out of the package, the supposed main villain of the Eternals movie. Now I say supposed because with Marvel, nothing is ever what it seems, especially with their trailers and their films. It's you think you know what's going to happen and you don't, and because of that you kind of can guess sometimes. But who knows, maybe the Eternals, one of them might turn on each other and then they join Kro and then they battle each other. Or one thing, or I kind of really hope this one is maybe the Eternals turn on the Celestials because they're tired of being oppressed and having to, not be able to save the humans. So they turn on the Celestials and then they join Kro and his deviants, and together they take down the Celestials. Now that would be a pretty epic movie. Can you imagine just like crazy space battles with the Celestials? But anyways, either way, we don't know until we watch the movie, but either way, he's really cool, especially with this paint job. So let's go and take a closer look. Starting with the head, he's got one seriously ugly face, although they sculpted it very nice. It's such a nice sculpt, it really emphasizes his ugliness. But as you can see, he's got 4 eyes for all we know. It's got a cool little kind of tattoo there. I wonder if that's like a symbol or something like that. And this color shifting paint just looks really awesome. I like that. It's like those, those fancy cars and all that stuff that have the shifting paint. Now if you look here, it looks like he was supposed to have painted in teeth, as you can see from the package here. As you can see, his mouth is slightly open and he's got some teeth painted in. And then if you go back to the figure, you see that it replicates that with a slightly open mouth, but they did not paint the teeth, probably because this paint job was just too crazy, and I don't know, maybe it was too expensive or maybe they couldn't get it done. But his teeth sculpt is there, so if you wanted to paint that, you can. And moving into the body, get more of that color shifting style paint, which is awesome. It actually kind of looks like the reflection off an oil slick that's in like a parking space or something like that, like dripping oil cars. But anyways, taking a close look at his body, he's got a lot of details on top of that gorgeous paint. Look at that gold, green, and purple. Just really loving that paint. And then the details makes him almost look similar to like a tree, almost like Groot. He has some stuff on the inside there, which is pretty awesome. Look at those abs right there. It's just so alien looking. It's definitely did a good job. He's humanoid yet alien at the same time here. You got the back pegs there to plug the things in. As you can see, they're actually shape coded, so you can't put them in the wrong way, which is kind of nice because I was confused at first, but at the same time it makes it hard because if you want to put it in a different way, it kind of gets in the way. But we'll get to that later. And moving into the arms, we get more of that kind of color shifting paint and tree trunkish look there. You got the little separation point to add on his tendrils, which I'll show in the accessories. That's the inside of the arm there. Lots of details. I mean, this must have been an expensive figure for Hasbro to manufacture because of just the sculpting looks really great, so the mold's going to have to be expensive to be able to get these tiny details. And the paint job, definitely really nice. Oh, and here's a closer look at his oddly very human hands here. They didn't get very creative when they made his hands, apparently. Now, he's not a pinless figure, unfortunately. You still got the pins there, even on the legs as well. But what's interesting is these tendrils. They're soft, as you can see. They're all just bendy and flappy. But instead of like the other figures, like say the Monster Venom and stuff, instead of just being separate pieces glued on, they seem to be molded directly into the piece, like this bicep right here. It's not, glued on. It's coming right out of it. Same thing up here if you take a look, which is actually quite interesting. Let me brighten it. Okay, hopefully that helps. It's a very dark figure, so it just absorbs the light. Maybe that's what it is. But anyways, as you can see, the tendrils just go directly into his actual body. They are not glued on or anything, which is actually really nice because it gives it a very clean look. It shined the light right there, as you can see. looks really nice and it's soft. And here's Monster Venom as an example here, and you can see his tendrils are just separate pieces that are glued on right there. So definitely an improvement in my opinion, and it looks really nice and clean. Oh, and with that note too, because these are nice and soft and go right into it, this entire figure is made of that newer kind of Hasbro softer material, softer plastic. As you can see here, it's got a little bit of flex to it, so it's kind of nice so that he's not brittle, that will break easily. Such as my Black Knight figure here, which I pulled out to compare to the Eternal, since Black Knight is going to be in there with Kit Harington. And as I was, posing him and shifting his legs, both of them snapped off right at the thigh swivel. Both of them, because it uses that old hard plastic that Hasbro has. It's just brittle, and I guess it gets old over time, and just both of them broke off. I mean, just one would be like, come on, both broke off. So hopefully that is not an issue anymore with this softer material, but only time will tell. But at least Hasbro clearly knows that this happens, which is why they switched to softer stuff. But anywho, hopefully they'll have a reissue of Black Knight now that the movie is coming out. But anyways, going into his legs, we got more of that nice paint there. Lots of detail. Just look at that. It is just so well sculpted. I mean, it must have taken the sculptor, whoever sculpted this, quite some time to sculpt it, just like the artist drawing the picture. Just look at that. It's kind of an awesome gradient right there. I really like that. And of course, he's got these weird feet here that just looks like tree roots that go into the ground or something like that, which is kind of cool. It makes them really easy to scan, by the way. And there's a big fat bottom of the feet with Lego Jumbo that's really easy to read. And then moving into articulation, his head rotates in a full circle, nice and easy, because these tendrils are soft and just move out of the way. And his head is actually on a dog bone joint right here, just like all the newer ones, which I'm really starting to like because it gives him good range. You can kind of give his head a little weird turn like that, then also look that far up and that far down. So and this, it makes the sculpt look clean too, so I'm really liking that. And his arm rotates in the full circle there, but his shoulder only goes about that much. It starts getting kind of tight in the tension wise when you go this far up. I can't tell if it's just stuck or if it's actually bottomed out. And then he has the bicep swivel, which can go in a circle, but that tendril stops it. Then he's got the double jointed pinned elbows right there. And then technically this is a joint right here. It's where the arm pops off to put the tendrils on, but it's technically kind of a joint at that point. And then the hand spins in a circle and does the flapper doodle. And then the waist is on a ball joint, which gives it a full range of circle, has some clicks right there, goes that far that way, and then goes quite a bit back and forward as well. And also there's details that go all the way inside. So come on, get there. Ooh, it's kind of dark. Okay, there we go. Brighten it up there. Details go all the way to the inside, as you can see. Man, his dark color just really makes it difficult to review. Really does absorb the light, but there's that right there. Gives him nice range, which I really like. And as for his legs, they go quite a bit forward, and since he has the thong butt, he actually can go far back as well. He also has very good splits there. And of course, the thigh swivel, which is not broken like Black Knight. And then the double jointed knee there, which is actually a really tight joint there. There we go, but it's softer plastic, so it shouldn't hurt, hopefully. Then, of course, his foot, his little flappy foot, goes that far back forward and also spins. And then for his first accessory, one of 4 tendrils here that even the paint job looks really great. Look at that. Got the gradient gold going on there, going in. It's very smooth overall until you get here and you have that kind of the little texture from there, and it's very soft, as you can see there, so no need to worry about breakage. And then here's his other hand tendril there, which has more of an outwards facing tendril. As you can see, this one's just kind of center line, and this one flares out, and he also has kind of a hook here, which is pretty cool. You also get the gradient as well, which is, man, this, if anything defines this Eternal line by Hasbro, it's the paint job. It's just, they really went out with the paint job, and I'm really liking it. And then you have his 2 back tendrils here, and then they have the little shape code right there so that they fit in only one direction. As you can see, they got some more nice paint, a smooth texture to it as well. This one has a hook, and also this one, the other side, also has a hook, has a different turn. And this is actually made of a different material than the tendrils. As you can see, it's got this kind of springiness to it. It's still soft, but it's also stiff, as opposed to this, which is just soft. And to attach his hand tendrils, you simply pull his arms off right there at the forearms, which is nice and easy. And what's nice is, at first I thought these were interchangeable, which they technically are, but if you look very closely, you can see that each one has, there's a little R for the right, and then this one has an L. Where is that L? There it is, an L for left. So it does tell you which side to use them. And so we'll start with the left and left first. Just pop that on there, nice and tight fit, right with right, and there you go. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I know why the elbow joints were so tight. But anyways, there you go, and they actually hold their shape pretty well. And wow, these are actually kind of heavy, and oh, that's actually impressive. It actually holds its place. Looks insane though. Look at that. Let's go and swap them around and see if they fit still. Okay, there we go. I went ahead and swapped them. So now the right arm, the left arm was on the. They're just switched around and they work just fine, as you can see, and it looks really cool. Actually, I'm kind of wondering. I wonder if I can get Icarus here to get tangled in his mangleness. Just kind of see if we can get that in there and hold them up and. Oh, no, that's the Avengers, or not the Avengers, the Eternals. That's going to be the Avengers. Okay, I'm having too much fun. Anywho, okay, coming to the back here, you have this first one here. That's the square slot. Actually, unfortunately, because of the shape, as you can see, it goes in perfectly like so. But if you try to put it in any other way, it doesn't go in, and it just kind of it just doesn't go in. It's like those, little kid toys that we played as toddlers, the triangle goes into triangle, stuff like that, and this little peg just simply doesn't go deep enough to stay in, and it pops out. So you're probably gonna have to get some putty or some sort of something to actually get it in, if to hold it in a different direction. But if you put it the right way, it goes in just nice and flush. And the same thing for Mr. Circle / cutout right there. It is actually a real bummer that they didn't allow you to put it. You can't even go upside down there. It doesn't go in. So it is a bummer they didn't let you do that, but at the same time, it is nice to have this flush fit. Just look at how clean that looks. So I guess, it was a give and take, and who knows, maybe this is actually more accurate to the movie, because maybe it's supposed to be like a tail, maybe it's not supposed to go upward. So I don't know. Either way, I kind of wish I could have, done my own thing, but oh well. And there he is, full sprawl with all his tendrils out, and I can now see why you have the big fat feet, because you need that to support all this, which it's actually pretty impressive. He can still stand even though he has these big heavy tendrils. I wonder how far forward it can go. Bend him back like that. Let's see if we can. Okay, no, that doesn't work, but oh, hey, there you go. Okay, partial, one fully forward, one sideways, and he seems to hold steady. So it's a pretty well balanced figure, even though he has some crazy long heavy tendrils. Actually, you know what? Imagine this for a second. Let me change up the scene. All right, imagine this. Icarus is right here talking to the Eternals, and then all of a sudden, behind him, he doesn't know it, and oh no, he's being attacked by a deviant. Here's Kro. Die, Eternals, die. Rah. Rah! Oh no, Icarus and Circe are outmatched by Kro. I must open the other Eternals so that they have a standing chance to fight. But then Surtur suddenly shows up, and then he stabs Kro right through the chest because he's still salty he didn't get as much screen time as the other villains, and Kro is now dead. Okay, I think I'm having too much fun here. But anyways, moving on, he stands at a little over 8 inches tall there, making him very much so taller than the McFarlane 7-inch figures here, but actually slightly shorter than the Bath Merciless from McFarlane. And here he is next to the Eternals that I've opened and reviewed so far, Icarus and Circe, as well as Monster Venom, Surtur the Salty, and Sony Venom movie Venom, and I think I might have put too many figures in this scene, but there you go. Here he is next to some Infinity Saga and Shang-Chi Marvel Legend figures. And finally, here he is next to Sonny the Deviant Killer Birdie. No, he's over there. Eat him. No, don't scratch yourself. You got a Gesundheit. Good. It's right there. Okay. Yes. Eat him. Yeah, okay. Or not. Well, never mind. Oh, there we go. Oh, no. No, not the turtle. Well, guys, overall, we have another winning Eternals figure from Hasbro. And although he does run about 50% more than your regular Legends figure, I think that price is justified with the incredible paint job. Plus, he's a little bit bigger, too. And his accessory tendrils are pretty substantial. But anywho, it seems like Icarus and Circe may need some help, so don't forget to vote on who you want to see me review next so we can send in backup. Right there. We may even need Thor and Loki to get help. And the voting poll is in my community tab, so you can head there to vote, or just vote in the comments if you're on a tablet, because YouTube still has not fixed that. And don't forget to subscribe so that you get first dibs on seeing the reviews when they come out. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.